はい、皆さんどうも、カイリです。Hi guys, this is Kairi. Thank you so much for joining me again. Today we're going to talk about a topic that's heavily discussed amongst foreigners only, not Japanese. This is a question that was written by a Western man and answered by a Japanese lady. And the question is, should Japanese society become a diverse society like Western society? Okay, so let's get into it. So she starts off by saying, no. Diversity in good manners is the way to go for nations that have already accepted or brought by force people from other cultures. Especially in the latter case, it's their responsibility to make diverse society work. But when the question is whether Japan should accept more people from abroad, my answer is clearly no. It's acceptable or necessary to invite those who have skills and experience, not manpower Japan needs. And this is also the basic policy of current immigration law. I agree with this policy and I want the treatment of foreigners who have committed crimes, from the minor to the serious, way more strict and harsh. Without any agreement with his or her home country that it will immediately take them over and send them back home after imprisonment or paying a fine. Japan shouldn't let a foreigner in, whether he's a tourist or resident. Rotten Japanese pieces are what we should take care of, but rotten foreigners are not ours. Okay. Okay, so here I go. I honestly believe the majority of foreigners in Japan are not nice people. Though there are many foreigners all around the world, Japan seems to attract all the weirdos. As soon as you mention Japan, they all come out of the woodworks, the retards, rejects and reprobates. And why? Because it's so easy to come to Japan, because most of them come as English teachers with no real qualification aside from the fact that they are native English speakers, half of whom can't speak English and 75% of whom don't even come from or have studied, lived or worked at a primarily English speaking country, and no real vetting process from Japan's end. Then they come here to play out and indulge in some yellow fever fetish. Some will try to find any Japanese girl and use and manipulate her for a spousal visa. Others will satiate their lustful urges with young people, and this is how we end up with predators, deviants and miscreants, such as the infamous abuser Mr. Swirl. Ask yourself, do we really want these people looking after our children in a country that is still so naive as to believe the fantastical things that come out of foreigners' mouths? Not even a criminal background check, which should be the bare minimum. Do we really want foreigners like this guy? Even this guy, who antagonizes and escalates the situation, a native English speaker who can't even purport himself with a modicum of dignity and muster up a string of words without cursing and exacerbating the situation.
That makes you a bitch.
Drinking his strong zero shochu just before confronting someone with a gaggle of people to that person's private residence. Or people who have lived here long enough and should know better than to play to the gullibility and naivety of Japanese people, because Japanese people are naive. Just look at the scandal with Sean Kay. People who lie like this.
It is true that I have Japanese blood running through my body. I am Japanese.
Not even Japanese.